Day 2 of the program.
So I'm going to read this book called The Amazing Life Cycle of Butterflies. And I might stop and ask some questions on the way. You don't have to raise your hand to answer the question. If you know the answer, you might ask some things that we just learned about the parts of the bee. Just shout out the answer, okay? But you got to be listening to know what to answer. The Amazing Life Cycle of Butterflies. In the warmer months of spring and summer, butterflies flutter about. These beautiful insects carry pollen from flower to flower, just like bees. But did you know that this is just one stage of a butterfly's incredible life cycle?
I don't own that book.
So you already know all the answers. A butterfly begins its life as a tiny, what do you think? Egg. Some eggs are round and some eggs are oval and some eggs have ridges. The female butterfly sticks her eggs onto leaves or stems very close together. This plant will soon become food.
When a bee and butterflies go, when they're done to that one, they go to that one and
We're going to see what they go to next.
when they're done.
Inside the butterfly eggs, new life is growing. But these creatures are not butterflies yet. After a few days, the eggs hatch and butterfly larvae appear. Butterfly larva is also known as, does anybody know?
Caterpillar.
Pupa or caterpillars, yeah. At first, they look like small, wriggly little worms. Those look like little worms with little
Yeah.
But they're not, they're caterpillars. Kind of like worms, a little bit. A caterpillar's job is to eat. Wouldn't that be a fun job, just to eat all day? Most caterpillars eat plants, but some caterpillars eat other insects. They eat so much that soon their skin becomes too tight and it splits underneath and a new bigger skin is there. As the caterpillar grows, this happens again and again. So he's got lots of skins under there. Maybe. Caterpillars have many enemies. They're gobbled up by birds, wasps, and ladybugs. In some countries, humans eat caterpillars too. Guess what we're having for lunch today?
Caterpillars?
No. Caterpillars use bristles, spikes, smells, and poison to frighten away their enemies. We're not really eating caterpillars. We're having some chicken. Sometimes they disguise themselves with eye spots and patterns. This caterpillar is pretending to be a snake. Does he look like a snake right now?
He does.
He looks like a little caterpillar. Snap, crackle. Listening ears on, eyes up here. When the caterpillar has finished growing, it hangs upside down from a leaf or a branch. Very slowly, a shell forms around it, and this shell is called a chrysalis. It is called a chrysalis because moths have cocoons and caterpillars build a chrysalis. Like the caterpillar, the chrysalis is patterned, and this makes it difficult for enemies to spot it. What do you think that it looks like? A leaf. So they look like leaves hanging from trees. That way they don't get eaten up. Inside the chrysalis, something amazing happens. The caterpillar dissolves into a soupy mixture. And then eyes, legs, wings, antennas, and other body parts begin to form. After a week or two, the caterpillar will change into a brand new butterfly.
Actually, that's because the sun's coming down.
It does.
It's dog season.
But he doesn't know what it is because it's hiding. He thinks it's just another leaf. fit inside the chrysalis, so the butterfly must first unfold its wings, which will take a few hours to harden, and then it flies for the very first time.
Wait, it has to harden?
Yeah, because its wings have been in there with that soupy mixture and they're all soft, so they have to get dried off.
We had butterflies a very long distance from wet.
Okay, a butterfly has how many wings? Four. A butterfly actually has 4 wings. These wings are covered with millions of tiny colored scales, which create all the different colors and patterns you see on the butterfly. She does. We'll talk about it after. Let's finish our story, and then we'll talk about all the butterflies. Some with wing patterns allow butterflies to hide, and others have special markings that look like big eyes to scare away their enemies. Bold and bright colored butterflies attract mates. A butterfly tastes with its feet. A butterfly tastes with its feet and smells with its antennas. Its mouth is shaped like a long tube, and the butterfly uses this to feed on nectar from flowers. Butterflies can only fly if they are warm. When they get too cold, they bask in the sun until their temperature rises. Some species of butterflies, like the monarch, live for a few months, but most butterflies only live for 1 or 2 weeks. During their short lives, butterflies mate, and then the female butterfly lays eggs, and the life cycle starts all over again.
They lay eggs, they die.
No, they don't die right after they lay eggs.
I know what kind of butterfly.
I bet you do. Why don't you tell us about it after this is over? Did you know that butterflies are in danger? Because pesticides cause them harm, and there are fewer wildlife areas for them to visit. So many species become extinct. You can help by planting flowers such as verbena and lavender in sunny, sheltered spots. And then just wait for the butterflies to appear. A butterfly's life cycle has 4 stages, and that's what we're getting ready to learn about. So let's see if we remember the 4 stages. They start as an
Caterpillar.
nope, before a caterpillar. And then they turn into a, and then they build a what? Chrysalis. And then they turn into a butterfly. And during its life, the butterfly transforms completely. Does anybody know what the process of the is called, that transformation? It starts with an M. Metamorphosis. Yeah. Nice. What kind of butterfly do you want to tell us about, Charlie?
There's 2 that I know about.
What?
Tiger lily.
Yeah. A Luna butterfly?
I know about
The monarch?
I say the monarch butterfly.
The monarch butterflies are ones that have the circles on the back.
We
got
had
painted
I've seen the
Do
monarch
you really? You've seen lots of different kinds of butterflies. Right out that door. Just go across that door and down the hallway. Do they come from the caterpillar? Okay, you want them to go from caterpillar to turning the butterfly? You can train it to the butterfly. Monarchs are poisonous for other people. They're dangerous for other people. All right, so Miss Charlie. That's good.
I just found it right there.
So now you're gonna put that right away.
Where you get water?
Honey isn't a very inviting place for bacteria or yeast spoilage, and straight up the line of the honeycombs, then the food is in the direction of the sun. If the dance is pointed to the left or the right, the other bees know to fly at that angle relative to the sun. The longer the waggle, the farther away the food is, and the better the food.
Get yourself a limbo burger. Get that chicken in my bowl. There's a limbo moon above. You will fall in love. All around the limbo rock. Hey, let's do the limbo rock. Limbo lower now. Limbo lower now. How low can you go? First you strike the limbo beat, then you move the limbo beat. Limbo and limbo beat, and back like the limbo beat. Jack goes through the limbo beat, all around the limbo beat.
Oh man! Alright, here you go, look. Catch it. Oh no, sorry, bathroom.
What flower? A sunflower?
Daisy.
Violet?
A daisy. They're a daisy. A tiger lily. Daisy. A tiger lily. I heard about pink daisy.
A sunflower.
Photoshops.
I like it a bit.
Photoshop all their faces to be investigated. No, it's from memories, but
Do you think, so have you ever seen a sunflower? So there's pollen on a sunflower. So she's going to be, look how beautiful she is. She is a beautiful sunflower. So I'm going to act like I'm a bee, okay? What sound do bees make? Okay, so when the time comes, I'm going to have you guys help me make that noise, okay? And I'm going to float around, and Miss Brittany's going to go, give me some honey, okay? And so when she shouts that, I'm going to pollinate, okay? So, I'm going to fly around. I'm a little bee, so y'all need to help me. What kind of flower is it?
I'm a sunflower.
Keep buzzing real loud, real loud.
I'm a sunflower. I'm a sunflower. Hey, bee, give me some honey.
Did you like that game?
No.
Okay, well, I have a new game. You want to do a new game?
I want to do a new game.
Okay,
She's getting honey. She's going to spit on
all right, it's a new game. It's called Give Me Some Honey. No, it's different. It's different. It's called Give Me Some Honey. All right, so you are gonna be a sunflower again. Oh wait, no, you can be another flower because it's a different game.
And you're not going to spit.
a petunia.
Y'all ever seen a petunia? They're really pretty. All right. So you're gonna do just what you just did, but this time instead of saying "Give me some honey," you're gonna say "Give me some honey." Okay?
Okay, give me some honey when the
We
bees
gotta be
come.
real loud, like honey.
Honey.
All right. So
Okay.
you guys are gonna be just like I did. Okay?
And you're going to spit on her.
I bet I won't.
don't tell her that.
No, and she goes spit on She's got water in the southern sea. They both got water in their mouth.
You're supposed to say, "Give me some honey."
don't think you want to forget your bag.
Except what this is for.
That's funny. All right, let's go inside.
It's for school monies.
You want to carry these right to the solitary bees that live alone. They live in one of these straws. So, whenever you all take these home, you're making this, and you hang it up on your porch, you can hang it up outside in a tree, anywhere that you want. And this acts as a house. This acts as a house for those solitary bees, okay? So y'all gonna get, I wouldn't put them in your bedroom because they're probably not gonna live in your bedroom. You don't want those bees to live in your bedroom. They're one of those bees that could be a nuisance to you. So, but we want to make little houses for them because we want to protect pollinators, because without pollinators, we wouldn't have a lot of vegetables. So that spaghetti you had today, you have to have pollination to pollinate your tomatoes. Without pollinators, we wouldn't have tomatoes. We wouldn't have strawberries. We wouldn't have, what is it? Well, maybe not, because if we didn't have pollinators, we might not grow some certain plants that some animals eat, you know. So we want to make sure that we have houses and we try to protect these pollinators. So everybody's going to get one of these. So y'all are going to get to decorate them with stickers. So bee stickers. So we're going to come around and give you about, I don't know, let's say 6 or 8 stickers, and you can place them however you want to on your cylinder, okay? Alright, I'm going to come around and give you guys each a
3.
Lucy's will be like right here. All of Silas's. His will spread all these out and then you can match those up and they can just add it to it. But they should all have a light flavor one too. Here's what we're going to go around. Alright, so I'll show you exactly right now. So we're going to cut some of these straws because you got to make them fit really tight in here because you can't have them sticking out too far. So they're going to cut some of them and they don't have to be the same height. So we got to cut them that way they fit in there. So I'll let you put them in any way that you want.
Hey, I'm just going to stick them in here. Look.
Cut them all like that? Alright. So you're going to shove yours in there. You want me to cut yours like his then?
You measure it off of this.
Alright, I'll try my best.
And then we put these in the other thing. Wait, we put the other ones in the building.
Alright, so you see how they're placed up with they don't have to be even, they can be however. They don't all have to be the same size. So we can
Oh, Jeffrey, get over here.
If I don't know, nobody knows.
So, mine don't have any cool stickers on it, but it'll look like this, and then you'll put one rubber band on this end, and you put one rubber band on the other end, like this. So it'll look like this. One rubber band
We'll
on
do it
each
first
end.
right now.
Got it? What's this for? I'll show you. Yep, just like that.
Anyone else need help tying their mason bee houses?
No.
All right. So do you all remember what kind of bee mason bees are? Do you all remember the word? Solitary bees. Do they live in a hive? No. Solitary bees live alone. Do honeybees live in a hive?
Yes.
What do honeybees make?
Honey.
So you all work? Okay, so we have a game for you guys. Let's see how good you guys can remember some stuff. Alright, so how many of y'all might be before your time have ever heard of the game Jeopardy? Yeah, a couple of you. Alright, so I tried to make this game. It's got some questions on it. It's only got 12 questions, but it's all about bees. So everything that you've learned today, okay? So some of these, though, might be about, I think there's one question about butterflies, but Miss Brittany read you a Metamorphosis book about, yeah, so you all made a Metamorphosis paper that shows you whenever they are laid, they're laid out and they start as a egg. And when they hatch out of the egg, they are a larva. And whenever they grow up, they spin a chrysalis or a pupa. And then when they hatch out, they become a awesome. So you guys are paying attention. All right. So I have 1 through 12 on here. I want someone to raise their hand and pick a number for me. Let's see. Miss Stellar. What number?
2.
Number 2. All right. So if you want to answer this, you can, or you can give it to somebody else. So, what is pollination? Do you remember what pollination is? Shh. Alright, pick somebody to help you that's got their hand raised. Alright, what's pollination? Do you know what pollination is?
Yes.
Pollen. So what happens to the pollen, Bryn?
It gets spread to flower.
It gets spread from flower to flower, correct. Alright, so another number. Who wants to pick the next number?
Please, please, me.
Please, you're sitting nice and quiet.
What number? Number 6. Alright, so you can answer this or you can pick somebody to answer it that has their hand raised. So this bee is a type of solitary bee and lives in a small tube where they live. So we just made one of these houses. Do you remember what kind of bee it was? It's a solitary bee. You are correct. Does anyone remember the name of the bee?
Solitary.
Yeah.
Mason bee.
A mason bee is exactly right. Mason bees are this bee right here. Well, actually, I think that might be a carpenter bee, but mason bees are kind of black. All right, would you like to pick the next number? Grandma. Number 12. All right, so you can answer it or pass it on. So, what are the hairs on a honeybee used for? You remember? Yeah, it was really early this morning. That was one of the first things we learned. Now you can pick somebody that's got their hand up. All right, Charlie, what are the bee hairs for? Yeah, so they carry those pollen baskets, right? So their hairs collect the pollen. All right, Silas. Number 7, lucky number 7. All right, what parts of a bee are used to move from one flower to another flower? How do they get from one flower to another flower? They do, but how do they move there? How do they get there? Yeah, they fly. So they fly from flower to flower. Right. Go ahead, Ian. Pick a number. Number 1. Everybody with me? All right. What's a pollinator? Can you tell me a type of pollinator? Butterflies are one. Who else can tell me another one, Bryn? Bees. Logan. Hummingbirds. What else? Anyone else got another one, Bryn? Dogs. Dogs. Do you have another pollinator? What? Butterflies. Cool. All right. Next number. 5. I'm gonna pick 8. I haven't heard 8. Because y'all already shouted. All right. Bees and butterflies have a long tongue-like structure that's like a straw that helps them drink nectar. Do you all remember what that's called? Raise your hand. It is a tongue, but it starts with a P. Do you remember what it is? You remember what it's called? What is it, Lizzie?
It pollinates plants and it lets.
All right, so we're talking about the tongue, though. So what's the tongue called? Do you remember? Do you have your hand in?
It can mix honey.
It starts. Hold on, I'm gonna take 2 more hands. You know, or no? All right, Miss Brittany, what's it called?
Is it my favorite flower? A hibiscus? Is that right?
It's called sunflower.
It's really close. It's called a proboscis.
Oh.
All right, proboscis. Everybody say proboscis.
Proboscis.
Say tongue-like structure.
Tongue-like structure.
All right, we'll do number 9. 2 different types of these are used for vision. What is that, Joe? What do you use to whatever you use to see? What do you use? Eyes, yeah. So bees have 2 types of eyes. Do you all remember what kind of eyes? You gotta raise your hand. She's pointing you, Bryn. Compound. Really close. Compound and simple. Everyone say compound. Say simple.
Simple.
Thanks. All right. We're almost done. a number? Samuel.
5.
5. This part of the bee is, this part of the bee collects hair, or collects on the hair on their legs and packs lots of extra pollen. Do you remember what those are called? If not, you can pick somebody that's got their hand raised and we'll see if they can answer. Alright, Levi, do you remember what they're called?
They're called pollen sacs.
Pollen sacs is good. Pollen sacs or pollen baskets. You are correct. Alright, we got 4 more friends.
10.
Number 10. Bees have these on the ends of their bodies to defend themselves.
Stingers.
Stingers. Everybody say stingers.
Stingers.
Stingers are used for like a little choir right here. Alright, go ahead. Go ahead, Stellar. Alright, what part of the butterfly is used to taste and smell? Well, we didn't have enough numbers for everybody, so everybody didn't get it, but that's okay. 3, 2. Alright. Charlie, what part of the butterfly is used for tasting and smelling?
It's only 2 numbers.
So they smell with their feet, or they taste with their feet, or they feel with? Remember? Antennas! Yeah, so antennas are used for that. Alright, 2 more. Right. 4. What type of bee is tasked with building? I don't know, you all learned this in that video at lunch, okay? So this bee builds, guards, and collects food for the queen. Remember what they're called?
Oh!
You know it? No. Anybody know what kind of bee it is? So it's part of the honeybee, but it's called a worker bee. So worker bees take care of the queen, and they collect food, and they guard the hive, and they build it. All right. So last one, Miss Lucy. What's the number? 3. Good job. All right. Last one. Bees bring back nectar from flowers to produce what? What do they make in the hive? Honey, exactly. All right, so
I know what they do before the honey. They use the wax. They pan it. They put the wax.
we have one other flavor of honey. We're going to take it. Snap, crackle. We haven't sang any songs today, have we? Well, we sang outside, but we didn't sing any songs. So yeah, keep it song. So some of you guys might know Gray Squirrel. Some of you all might not. So I want everyone to stand up. Stand up. All right, stand up. All right, we're going to do the bridge.
Yes.
Stay in your same spot. Your feet should be moving. All right. So, you're going to repeat after me, okay?
Hey, Levi.
So you're going to go.
Levi.
Gray squirrel.
Stand
Gray
up.
squirrel. Say it twice.
You're about yourself. Stand up.
Shake your bushy tail. Gray squirrel. Gray squirrel. Shake your bushy tail. Crinkle up your little nose. And shove it down between your toes. Gray squirrel. Gray squirrel. Shake your bushy tail. All right. So you say gray squirrel twice. You shake your bushy tail. We're going to try to put it all together, okay? You, Miss Brittany, you're going to stand up here so you forget. We're going to all do the motions, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Gray squirrel, shake your bushy tail. Gray squirrel, shake your bushy tail. Crinkle up your little nose and shove it down between your toes. Gray squirrel, shake your bushy tail. That was good. All right. What's another one? it faster. You think you can do it?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
Kool-Aid, Kool-Aid, tastes so fun. I like Kool-Aid all the time.
Kool-Aid, Kool-Aid, tastes so fun.
Kool-Aid all the time. Orange, grape, cherry too.
Orange, grape, cherry, too.
I like Kool-Aid. How about you?
Kool-Aid, how about you?
Let's see who can do it faster. So, let's separate this side of the room from this side of the room.
All right, so you're sitting at these tables. Get back to your table.
Everyone go away from the
Okay, stand up.
play.
Okay. Let's do this side of the room. You sing it with me, okay? Don't repeat after me. You sing it with me, and we'll see how quick we can do it. You ready?
Kool-Aid,
Kool-Aid, Kool-Aid, tastes so fun. I like Kool-Aid all the time. Orange, grape, cherry too. I like Kool-Aid all the time. All right,
You guys ready? You guys ready?
Kool-Aid, Kool-Aid, tastes so fun. I like Kool-Aid all the time. Orange, grape, cherry too. I like Kool-Aid. How about you?
One more time.
Okay, you guys be real quiet. Let's see who can do it fast and loud. So this time be real quiet, because you don't want to give them any more points. You don't want to help them get louder on this side, do you? Because you all want to be the loud side, right? You want to be louder though, right? Okay, that's all right. Only this side. So we're ready? I want to give them any points. Okay, grown-ups and CITs, you all listen up and see which side is going to be louder and faster, okay? All right, this side only. We ready? Kool-Aid!
Kool-Aid! I like Kool-Aid all the time. Orange, grape, cherry too. I like Kool-Aid. How about you?
That was good. That was real loud. Real loud.
All right, are you guys ready for this side?
Bye-bye.
All right, ready?
They were loud and fast. We're all going to be louder and faster. Let's go.
Kool-Aid! Kool-Aid! I like Kool-Aid all the time. Orange, grape, cherry too. I like Kool-Aid. How about you?
Oh, guys, which one was louder? If it was this side, clap your hands if this side was louder. If it was this side, clap your hands if this side was louder. Oh. Come on, it's so good though.
Nighty-night. Can you help?
Huh? In 40 minutes.
I have to shut that because there's another class over there.
49, I mean.
Singing super loud.
Or we're
Because then
supposed to be
nobody's over here
7.
to join us, and we don't want anybody else over here but us, do we?
Why?
Because they're all grown up.
Okay, so the next song we're going to sing is called The Little Red Wagon. Y'all ever heard that song? All right, so repeat after me. Y'all remember what you're supposed to say? Repeat after me. You can't ride in my little red wagon. The front seat's broken and the axle's dragging. Chug, chug. Next verse. Same as the first. A little Yes, we can. Yes, we can. You all know Snack Crackle. Alright, so I'll wait till everybody's nice and quiet. Alright, so yesterday we sang the Princess Hat song, which is my favorite song. Okay, well, I don't know. So, we are going to sing this because some people like it and some people don't, but that's good. If you don't want to sing, you don't have to. But, repeat after me. The Princess Pat lived in a tree. She sailed across the seven seas. She sailed across the channel too. And took with her a rig-a-bamboo. A rig-a-bamboo. Now what is that? It's something made. It's red and gold. That's why it's called a rig-a-bamboo. Now Captain Judd had a mighty fine crew. He sailed across the channel too. He sailed across, but didn't take a rig-a-bamboo. So his ship sank, and so will you. If you don't take a rig-a-bamboo. It's red and gold. That's why it's called a rig-a-bamboo. I know, because I forgot it until today. But that's why we sang it again, because I remembered the verse. So now you all have to sing all these songs whenever you go back home, because your parents will love them. Alright, so we still got a couple things. I want you guys to sit at your tables right where we were. At your chair, in the bottom. And what we're going to do next. Snack Crackle. Alright, go. Yeah, for really, Alright, so we are going to have a coloring contest. And you all are going to get one more thing to get today to color. You all are going to get not just one page, but you're going to get a whole coloring book. And you get to pick one page from your coloring book and color it, and you're going to keep it for us today, and we're going to put it on display so everybody can see how beautiful it is. Well, you shouldn't be messing with it. And then, so you all are going to get one coloring book, and you all learned about healthy foods at lunch, right? Raise your hand if you can tell me something healthy that you learned about today. Apples and bananas, what else? I can't hear people's vegetables and fruits. Alright, so there are all kinds of vegetables in this coloring book. Everybody. So you gotta pick one page if you're not going to participate. If you call your mom and have her come with her. So if you're going to be moving stuff forward, so you gotta pick one page. You're going to color it as pretty as you can. We're going to have a coloring contest. And people, you can do whatever page you want. Any page you want.
remember, whenever you're coloring, try to stay on the lines the best you can. Because you're going to turn this in for your coloring contest. So, go ahead and pick your page. Whatever page they want to do.
We're doing it.
Why you get under that? I can bend back farther than you. Why are you recording?
For memories.
Yeah.
You
for school.
recorded it yesterday and
I know, it's for school.
you're not even in school yet.
Yes, I am. I'm 16. You're not.
Do you have your driver's license?
About to.
Yeah, you touch the ground.
I went like this.
I know.